Hi, I'm Geoff Dean, your Player Development Director, and today's coaching tip is on how to hit the ball farther. I know that many of us struggle periodically or continually on how to hit the ball a little bit farther off the tee, or that we're struggling with actually losing more distance. And especially during this time where we may not be working out or stretching as often, there's one area that we're going to work on today that's going to help increase your power, which will increase your distance. And that is your ability to rotate or turn. It's one of the main power centers in the golf swing, and I think it's very critical that we continually work on stretching and moving in a way that enables us to maintain our rotational speed, your ability to turn. So why don't you join me out on the private practice facility, and we're going to work on how to rotate and turn better, and that's ultimately going to translate into longer drives off the tee. All right, see you in a minute.
Generate more club head speed through generating more power in your golf swing. And there are four basic power centers in the golf swing. Today's topic is going to be on how to rotate or turn better. So I have my setup here with ball position. You can see the orange stick and then my target line here. I usually take an exercise stick or a club, it really doesn't matter. And I'm going to demonstrate a couple of tips on how to increase your range of motion, how to increase your turn, which in effect is going to give you a better ability to generate power by increasing your club head speed. Many of us actually struggle with this range of motion and turning. We suffer from knee issues, hip issues, back issues, even shoulder and neck. So this is a struggle for many of us, but if you can increase your range of motion a little bit in both directions, backswing and downswing, that can help you generate more power, which translates into more club head speed and ultimately more distance. So here's a tip to help you to generate a little bit more range of motion or turn better in your golf swing. So when I get set up here, I'm going to take my stance. This is my lead shoulder, my left shoulder, and then the back shoulder is my right. And if you notice the end of the stick at the beginning of this exercise, I want to feel like my hips and my torso are rotating and coiling open. And the goal here is to make it so that this lead point is pointed actually at the golf ball or past it in this direction. So we want to feel like we're coiling behind the golf ball on the backswing. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm overusing my arms. That's a misconception. We do not want to overuse the arms. This is an exercise to increase your range of motion with your body. This is the power, this is the engine of the swing. So when I coil, I want to make sure that I coil completely in the backswing, but if I had a club in my hand, my arms are only about right here. I'm not way over here, okay? So here we go. Another example, we want to coil where the shoulder gets behind the golf ball. Now on the follow through, you want to make sure that the right hip and right shoulder get all the way through the shot and they're ahead of the golf ball. So you're going to rotate forward in this manner. Notice my right hip and right shoulder are in front of or past the golf ball. That's an example of full range of motion from a rotary standpoint. So here we go. I'm going to show it again. As we coil back on the backswing, my shoulders are equal to or behind the golf ball, and on the downswing, I'm going to uncoil all the way past so that my right hip and right shoulder are past the golf ball. That's full range of motion. That's going to increase your rotational movement, which will eventually translate into club head speed or increase club head speed. And here's the key about this drill and this tip. Your rotation doesn't have to be incredibly fast. It just has to be complete. You're using your entire body going backward, and you're using your entire body rotating forward. So you're using the mass of your body in that direction, and that's going to translate through your arms into the shaft and into the ball. So you don't have to feel like you have to move incredibly fast while doing this. You just have to make sure that you complete the motion. And that's a big deal, because I don't want you going out there thinking you have to move quicker or faster to make a more complete golf swing. And it will translate into more speed because you're using your whole body through the golf ball and at impact. Now, if I break out my driver, let me show this to you in terms of how do I do this for real. We want to go ahead and make sure that we take our normal setup as we know how to do. And my goal here is to make sure that on the backswing, my left shoulder gets behind the ball and that my right hip and right shoulder get past the ball on the downswing. Here we go. Okay. Well, hopefully this tip has helped you in understanding how to generate a little bit more power in your golf swing by generating a little bit more rotational motion in your movement. A lot of us have a shortened range of motion, which then means we have to use our hands and arms to generate power, and that's why we oftentimes don't hit it as far as we'd like. So the key understanding here is making sure that you have to complete it. It doesn't have to be fast, you just have to make sure that it's complete. So as a quick review, we want to make sure on your backswing, left shoulder for a right-hander gets behind the golf ball, and on the follow-through, your right hip, right shoulder gets past the ball. Okay. Well, I hope you got something out of this tip